Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Tony's Alternative Bricks. Today we are reviewing Lego set. It's not Lego, this is Aliexpress. This is one of the knockoffs of the Grand Emporium, which would have been Lego set 10211. But again, this is not Lego. Looks a lot like Lego. Well, maybe a little like Lego. It's all right, it's passable. I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Now, the base plate, as you can tell, is kind of not so good. Flimsy, not good, curling up at the edges. This is not a quality base plate at all. I suggest if you buy one of these from AliExpress, go out and get a replacement base plate right away, straight away. It's just not even worth putting all this work into doing this base plate when you know you're going to replace it. I felt obligated to use what they gave me so you could see what it really looked like, see how bad it's warped. It looked perfectly flat till I put all the bricks on it. Put the bricks on and it curled up at the edges. So buyer beware. If you buy one of these, they're going to be reasonably priced, but you get what you pay for. Now, that being said, we did order this from AliExpress. We are near the end of April. It's almost May of 2025. The prices on these have gone up a little bit. They're not as inexpensive as they used to be. That being said, you can still find some deals if you do your homework, but be careful. Some sellers are more reputable than others on AliExpress. Stick with the people that seem to have a good reputation, maybe the stores that have been around a little longer. But by all means, use your own judgment. I've had great luck using people who were brand new. That might not hold out for you, though. So do beware, do be careful. Now, the build itself, they were all pile of bags, all kinds of bags, basically broken out into three different groups. So they had little numbers with a great big number. That big number was either 1, 2, or 3, separating it out into the first part, the middle part, or the end part, 1, 2, 3. So not so bad. At least it wasn't one giant jumble of parts. We were able to kind of break out a third of the bags, a third of the bags, a third of the bags, set it up a little bit better. It wasn't so stressful putting it together. The directions, garbage. Really bad. The colors were wrong. The colors don't match up very well at all. They're very, very small. It's a very small direction set, I'm assuming to save money on paper. So do beware. You might want to source some directions somewhere else if you have a hard time seeing them, or use the cheater glasses, a magnifying glass, someone with way better eyes. Do what you can. You could get by. I didn't use any other methods, but they were interesting. Because it's a fairly basic set, there's nothing too crazy going on here. It wasn't too hard to figure out what went where, but those colors, bad colors. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Is it gray? Is it dark gray? Is it light gray? Is it black? Is it brown? You don't know. So there might be some trial and error figuring out which pieces went where. Now, as for everything, whether it was included or not, I was missing one red jewel. Now, fortunately for me, I've done a lot of fantasy and castle builds, so I had a bunch of red jewels laying around. Other people might not. So it was missing one piece that might not be as easy to find, not quite as common. That being said, if I had built a set without it, probably nobody would have ever noticed except for me, but I did have one on hand. Now, going into the design, I don't want to go too far in the design because this is a straight up Lego ripped off design. Lego created this. This is Lego's idea. It was a Lego designer that put this whole thing together. It is 3 different floors. And on the first floor, there's some fragrances. There are some clothing items for sale. I do like the fact that there's a fitting room. There's a fitting room where the gentleman trying on some pants in the fitting room. I thought that was fun. The second floor has some home goods, plates, glassware, things like that. And then the third floor has toys. But I just didn't feel like there was enough on the inside. This is from earlier in the Lego modular line where they didn't really jam the interiors with detail. This had an interior and it was all right, but I think I might enhance it, maybe put some more things on sale, move things around a little bit to better utilize the space. So it's a little more like a real retail store. I can't imagine a real life 3-story retail store that has 20 items on sale. They go out of business. So by all means, up to you. You could use it like it is, or with me, I'm going to probably be upgrading it down the road. And if I do, I'll show you how that upgrade goes. Now, altogether, the parts were okay. I did have some scratched parts. We've had that with Aliexpress sets before. The minifigs have the big weird smiley faces. They're not quite right. The torsos are all right. The legs are all right. Everything else is all right. But the faces are strange. So you may want to sub in some different faces. Even old classic Lego smiley face faces are probably better than what they have on here. So now, there were some cool design elements. That there's a wonderful chandelier up on top of the third floor, and there are escalators. One set of escalators going up or down. Perhaps they change on the hour. I don't know. But there is one set of escalators, and I think that's fun. That adds something to the set for the customers to go up and down, and it's not just a stairway or an elevator. The fact that there are escalators, that makes it unique to me. So I do like this set because of that. I love the outside. I see that the shop has a very generic name of shop, but if you play around with it, you could probably change it to Posh or Hops or something like that to make it a little more interesting. I could see that there might be a store named Hops somewhere. Maybe they specialize in bunny gear. I don't know. But you have choices, there's variety. You don't have to call it shop. I like the billboard up on top too. I think that adds a little bit to the set, a little bit more fun, a little more commercialism, because that's what this set's all about. This is supposed to be a store. They're selling. They want customers to come in, buy things, and come back again. So I don't mind the billboard. I like the billboard a lot. I wish there was a little more to it, maybe a sticker or something like that, but brick built isn't bad. And as far as brick built things go, I love the face. I love the gift. It gets the point across without language. So it doesn't matter if you speak English or Spanish or French or any other language under the sun. A picture is a picture. You can understand it's a person. It's a gift. So I do like that for this design. Now, as per usual, there is one flaw. Sometimes it's hard to put these sets together. I have added in a few extra studs so that way when you're putting them together, they go together a little bit easier, stay together a little bit easier. Other sets, it's hard to get together. This is the exact opposite. This is very loose. It's loosey-goosey, and it slides around a little bit. I'd like it to be a little firmer, so that's something I will take it upon myself to fix. It's an easy fix. Put some studs up in the front corner, maybe one or two 1x1 round plates, lock it in, give it more stability, take it where it needs to go. The fun of the window washer gantry, the flags, everything else, make this a really fun set. The skylight, all the little touches for the exterior, all the windows, really set it apart. I enjoy this set. This is a nice little set, but again, it's a Lego design. These are not Lego bricks. So that being said, I'm going to give this set a 6, which is pretty much my standard score for a good, solid redo of what was a Lego set. Solid design, not so solid on the bricks, not so solid on the directions. Maybe even down to a 5.5, because these directions are truly bad. So, by all means, if you're interested, go out and pick one up. I know I did. I'll be putting it in my city. Thanks for coming by today. We'll catch you down the road.